How you going, guys? Time for another update. Righty. So it's between Christmas and New Year's now. Well, it's not quite between Christmas and New Year's. It's, what are we, the 23rd? Oh, I don't know. Sunday again, anyway. So I finished work anyway for the year. A couple of the boys are working in between, but only for a couple of days. So anyway, I'm back into here. Got the bulk of this welded in. I've left this edge because I'm probably going to cut more of this out because it's holy. I'm still going to put some more small patches in here, and there's going to be quite a few little patches in this boot floor, but I'm going to try and weld them on the top and the bottom if I can, where I can. But anyway, I've got into this other side, and this is what it's like on this side as well. So like, again, they just welded straight over top. Just put a piece straight over top and glued it all on, and so I've got this off. I've drilled a fair few of the spot welds for the inner piece as well. So I've drilled some of the ones in here, and I've drilled most of the ones along that edge, and some of the ones that are along here, but I've still got to get them all broken free. So we'll get this done and work out what we're going to repair over in this corner at the same time, I think, while I've got all this out. I actually wish I'd brought a bloody jack home so I could get this down a wee bit lower. It's a bit high to bloody get in here and weld a bit easy, very easy. Like, it'd be nice to have it a little bit lower. Like, it's good for doing this stuff, but not so good for doing this bloody floor stuff. It's just a bit high. It's awkward getting in and out of here. So I want to repair what I can in here before I put this back in, before I put the new one in here. So yeah, so I can't see any problems with getting this all done between Christmas and New Year's. Like, I've got my next bit of sheet metal sitting in the corner, sitting there, and this is the other piece. So like, I've still got plenty on there yet that I can make little patches up and all sorts of bits and pieces. So between the two, we should have plenty. So yeah, that's what I've done. This is sort of my first day back into it. Didn't do much yesterday because we had a bit of a shout at work on Saturday sort of afternoonish. And so we went in there and had a barbecue and a few clients around and did the normal thing and had a few beers and got the missus to drive me home. So yeah. So I've sort of got back into this today. So yeah. So basically I've got that fitted, and we'll take, I don't know whether we'll take this right out through here and then make a separate section and go back into here, because I just don't know if I'm going to have a long enough piece without cutting into this piece. I'd rather, I can make this in a couple of sections if I have to. I'm not too panicked about that. So yeah, we'll get in here and get that sorted, and then we can, there's a couple of other pieces over on this other side we need to repair on that floor. But the majority in here back is good on this side. It's mainly just that piece up around that piece where it was all rotted out when that freaking back window, that's where all this water's coming from, I'm guessing. Hasn't helped this situation, especially in the floor itself. Probably not so much the quarters, because they would have been done years ago, but at least we can get this bit sorted, get it all welded in, and while I had that section up, which was exposed to part of the end of the frame rail, I sandblasted in there and then blew all the worst of the shit out I could, got it cleaned up, and then I rust killed it, flicked some weld through primer on where it needed to be, and then actually in the channel itself I put as much texture undercoat in there as I could, just to help any bit of rust that I can slow down or stop or whatever. It's got to be a bonus, and then I've welded that back on top. So that'll do for the meantime. We'll finish getting all this off out of here, and then that'll probably be enough today. Real pain in the butt having this bloody curfew, but it's like noise, but that neighbour's a pain in the ass. But anyway, so yeah, we'll get this quarter out of here today and give myself a basic clean up and figure out what I'm going to do in here, and then I'll start making some panels up tomorrow and try and get them fitted in. Yeah, I think that'll do for today. So if I get this out, and I'll probably make another video tomorrow and show my progress and making panels up and whatever, and we'll go from there. Alrighty, cheers, see ya. How you going, guys? Back again for a little bit of an update. I thought, while I've got this quarter panel off, I probably should get this out of the road because it'd make it a lot easier, but this guard is just a bloody mess. It's rough as. It's all up and down and in and out, and it's obviously had a bit of a whack in this corner at some stage or something. So I'm going to try and make it better. See how good my skills are. See if I can get this to flatten out even a bit better than this. You know, we could do what they did and just, cover it in 10 mil of filler, but if I can get this to flatten out a lot better and try and get these lines better, and up in here, I was just playing with a little bit up in here because it was there's still highs and lows in it, but I'm going to try and see if I can get this back piece better anyway. So I might finish off getting this inner part out of the road, which means then I can get up in here with my hand and hold a die, and we'll see if we can. The shape's alright this way generally, like it's pretty up and down still, but it's not bad for basic shape. Like, it's not as though it's real flat or anything, but geez, let's see if we can get some of these freaking highs and lows out of it. So at least if I do put filler in, it's not as bad. So I think where I need a little bit more expertise, but I'll see if I can stretch my knowledge a bit further and straighten this out. Like, I've straightened panels out before, like ugly dints and stuff like that in fronts of guards, but I haven't really got into fixing somebody else's mess like this before. So we'll have a go. I'll see if I can get this inner piece out of the road, and then before even trying to attempt to make the rest of this, it's probably not a bad time to actually try and get in here and make this a bit prettier before we go much further. Alrighty guys, we'll catch you later on. Cheers. There you go, guys, time for another update. Well, I've been working on this panel for, what do we say, 20 minutes, half an hour tops, just flattening this out and trying to get it some better shape in it. I had this, also I've cut that in a panel, but yeah, I've had this here, on here earlier after I did the video I did before, before I cut that out and everything. I put the straight edge down here. I'd just done it before and just had a look, but this here, in this real low spot where all this damage is, it was, where are we? Can we see if we get a bit better? It was back in at least somewhere, not half an inch, but getting towards that half an inch, 12 mil, It was probably back in about 10 mil, or somewhere between quarter of an inch to 10 mil. Anyway, in places. So like, we're not perfect yet, but we're almost back. Apart from the odd spot, we're almost back to nothing. Like, with a wee bit more work, and we're going to have that back to nothing. So like the average person could stop there, and put a wee bit more shape in that. But I'm going to keep working on this. Probably not today, because I've got to go to a barbecue very, very shortly. But I'm going to probably spend another a couple hours on here, hopefully tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, because tomorrow's Christmas Day. Merry Christmas to everybody too. So, I'm going to probably spend another couple of hours on this in these next day or two or whatever, and really try and get this flattened out. Like what I've been doing is we've been working with my dolly on the inside of the panel and the outside of the panel, depending on what part of the yard I've been on, and just trying to work it and get some shape back in this bloody thing. So yeah, like, I've definitely improved it a lot. I've still got to work down here some more and try and get some of these bloody stupid little dents out. Like, I'll work on it. I've got some heat there if I need it. And try and get this back in, because this is all bloody hell out of shape. I haven't worked on that yet, and I did a little bit up here earlier on. So I got to work that some bit more. So yeah, like, I reckon with another 2 or 3 hours, I reckon I'll have some pretty good bloody shape back into here. Like, I'd love to get it back to so it's metal finished, and basically all you do is put primer on and maybe a little bit of glazing putty or something, a little imperfection. But I'm not at that level yet. But I'm going to try and get as close as I can to that. My skill set, like, I'm not a professional body man. I'm by definitely no means a hack. But, like, I've done a few cars over the years and worked with my father. Like, he's done quite a lot of restoration work and bits and pieces. But yeah, like, I'm definitely not going to get back to that no filler. I can have filler in this car, and I'd love to have none, or very, very little. But I'm going to put a light skim on here and hopefully sand 90% of it off, or 95% of it off, and just have the odd little mark here and there that's got some filler, and I'm hoping to get back to that sort of level. We'll work on that, because I was talking to I've been talking to a guy on YouTube. I think his channel's name's Outlaw Garage, I think. I have to look that up again. I can't remember exactly, but I was talking to him about some sanding tips, or just mainly grades of paper, what grades of paper he was starting with, right back from bare metal to basically before paint, and roughly, because I got a pretty good idea, but I was just brushing up. It's a guy that I've only just come across in the last 2 or 3 months, I suppose, or a bit more. Been watching some of his videos, and he's doing some beautiful work. Like, he's metal finishing cars, and it's just odd little spot of glazing putty, like in a silly little mark that he can't get out, or something like that in a real shitty spot. But he is basically, the whole car's metal finished. And then, like, I don't know how many layers of high build and block back, and, another heap of layers of high build and block back, and they're just glass. They are, from what I can see, they're just beautiful work. I'd love to be at that sort of level, but, if I can get close to that level, if I can get this, as I just said, just a skim, and get rid of it, 90% of it, or 95, or 96% of it just to flatten her out. You know, I'll be happy. Like, one day I would definitely like to get that to a sort of level. But yeah. But originally, like, as I said, like there was, you know, this was in, you know, 10 mil, you know, give or take here and there through this area. So, you know, we haven't got much more to go. Originally there was, in places it was close to half an inch of body fill. It was just thick in places down this side of this car, as you can probably seen in earlier videos. Like, I can take you around and show you that guarded out the other back, man. Pfft, wow. You know, there's no need for that sort of level. It doesn't take a lot of skill. Just slow down and take your time. You know, get your dolly in behind, work your panel, your bump spoon, your paddle, whatever you want to bloody call it, even just basic hammer and dolly, just don't smack the shit out of it. Just gentle, you know, a reasonable hit blow, but not stupid, not smashing it. Just keep tapping and just keep moving up and down, and you'll work 90% of the shit out. Like on my VC, there was a dirty great snot in the front guard. It was crunched in, and it was bloody near half an inch to, or even more, in this one area. Like, so that's the front of the guard, and around the head, like, it was crushed in like real hard. And I didn't realise it was like that, and I ground all this body filler out, and it was punched in. And I think I spent probably about a couple of hours plus on it, and I got it back, and it was, by the time I put body filler in it, like, there was a little bit, but, you know, I'm still learning. But I had that back to, you know, a mil, you know, at the worst in places, you know, not this fucking much. But anyway, so we'll leave it at that, and we'll do some more, and hopefully over the next 2 or 3 days well, probably not tomorrow because tomorrow's Christmas, as I said, but you know, probably Boxing Day and stuff like that. You know, I'll spend another couple of hours out here, and I'll try and get this bloody guard straight, as straight as I can, and just keep working it, and maybe put a little bit of heat in some of these shittier spots, and work it some more, and try and get this thing nice. So she's minimal body filler in here. Alrighty guys, I've been crapping on too long now. We'll leave it at that, and we'll talk to you later. Cheers.